Welcome to another episode of Real Talks, where we have real talk with industry leaders, business leaders, entrepreneurs, and investors in the space where we can learn from them. And today with us, we have Matthew Quek, the CEO of GRVT, which is one of the leading perp dexes in the crypto space right now. So welcome, Matthew.
Thanks, Zach. Very good to be here. Thanks you for having me.
Thanks for coming as well. So maybe why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Because you do have quite an interesting backstory from what I found. So I know that you actually came from DBS, right? And then now you're in the crypto space, which is very surprising to me because DBS is usually seen as the more traditional type. So how did this whole thing get started?
Firstly, thank you for the intro. Very good to be here and to speak with your community today. So I guess my journey started a little bit different, right? I came from a more traditional background, more traditional working background, working at, firstly in the government, and then afterwards moved over to DBS Bank in Singapore, where I was within the blockchain and payment technologies team. So I think that really formed a lot of my domain and technology expertise in the very initial stages, after which I moved over to do a little bit of the more institutional coverage sector, helping to cover actually exchanges for the bank itself. And this was actually during about 2022, where we came together with my other co-founders, Hong, who was previously from Goldman, and then as a trader, and then Aaron, who was previously at Facebook Meta. And we came together and just say, hey, let's think about launching our own business and our own thing. It was quite interesting because I think what really led all of us to start doing it was, firstly, we all had our own passions, right? I think innately we all knew we wanted to start and build something for ourselves in the very initial stage. And I think the partnership that we have and the working relationship that we had with each other really just helped to reinforce the fact that the three of us would be able to create a business and to do something big. So that's how we came up to start. I guess we all left our jobs and then we started building the company together. How did we come up with the idea? Right? The idea of GRVT was first went through quite a number of iterations, right? The first iteration was through like a lending exchange, right? Back in 2022, there were a lot of volumes traded for crypto lending and borrowing, be it for stable coins, be it for Bitcoin, be it for Ethereum. So we identified that as the initial first market for us to actually start to pursue. Unfortunately, the economics changed, right? Liquidity for lending and borrowing dried up within the crypto space, and that made us think about it, and it's like, hey, let's pivot to think about something that will be a little bit more evergreen, right? Our users will be able to trade on a more routine basis, and that's where we landed on the idea of crypto perpetuals, right? Or crypto derivatives. Because I think just looking at market research, it really sort of solidified our ideas of the fact that within traditional TradFi markets, right? The derivative market itself is on multitudes all over the spot market, right? So you trade trillions of dollars of assets of equity assets, or even commodities on a day-to-day basis.
So is this a case where you just follow the money and...
So it's more of we looked at it from the point of view of in a sense, the target addressable market, right? So the derivative market will be bigger than the spot market for crypto. And that's why we landed on developing an exchange that was a decentralized exchange, but also focus on the derivative trading aspect.
I see. Okay, maybe at this point of time, why don't we share a little bit about GRVT? Take it as like our audience, they are not very aware of, they are not crypto natives, right? So how would you describe GRVT and how can they use it?
Yeah, so GRVT, we've built basically an exchange where it allows users to take long and short positions within the market, right? So that's basically what an exchange is. Our core underlying products would be firstly 24/7 crypto derivatives or perpetuals. We also have equity perpetuals available to be traded on the exchange itself, of which I think most recently we've listed I think the index fund for Japan, and also some index funds for Korea as well. And then also the third product would be for commodities, right? So allow users to come take long short positions in gold, silver, copper. So those are some of the products that we offer today. Yeah.
And this is a decentralized exchange, right? As
Yeah,
you
so
previously mentioned.
those are the products. And then in terms of what makes us different, right? It comes from the aspect of decentralized exchange where users firstly own their own assets while they trade on this on the exchange. And also the fact that they can bridge across multiple different liquidity venues within, let's say, the decentralized or crypto space to come over to GRVT to trade.
So, Matthew, I mean, users these days have quite a lot of options, right? They can trade everywhere. So, what makes it interesting for users to trade on GRVT?
We already have three types of products that users can trade, right? So it'll be crypto, it will be equities, it can be commodities, right? And this allows users to have access to momentum-based trading, right? Typically, if you're only trading on a centralized exchange or a crypto exchange, you can only trade the crypto itself. But let's say if you look at it from, I think, beginning of this year, right? Gold started moving 15% in 1 month, right? And then at the same exact time, silver also moved 15%, right? And this is what GRVT allows users to do, is to chase the momentum, right? Because of the fact that we have crypto, equities, commodities, all tradable within GRVT itself. So it gives users the ability to say, hey, if there's no action in, let's say, Bitcoin today, you can go over to equities, you can go trade Tesla, you can go trade NVIDIA, you can go trade Amazon. And then if once the momentum has maybe died down for those trading pairs, you can maybe move over to trading gold, silver, copper, or whatever assets that you choose to look
they
like.
can literally trade any kind of asset on GRVT.
Exactly. It's the ability to trade almost all the assets at 24/7, right? So there's not much, say, limited access by KYC or by the technology itself, right?
Okay.
You just need a wallet, a signing key, or if you don't have that, you can just sign in with your email.
Okay.
And then that will create your online profile as well as your wallet, your cryptographic signing key, which will allow you to begin to trade.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. So I just want to take a chance to backtrack this as well, because I think just now you mentioned that you built GRVT together with your other co-founders, right? There was your other co-founder, the CEOs from Goldman, and then
Aaron
CTO, from Meta, from Facebook, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you all came from like MNCs, major companies, you yourself from DBS banks as well, and then you all decide to come out and form a startup. And what's that reality like for you? Like, was it a big shift? Was it like a leap of faith? How did you feel at the start?
No, I think at the start there was a lot of confidence that we'll be able to build something.
Okay.
But then obviously, when something's when you're too confident, you fall, right? So I think there's always these ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
I think it's always a bunch of learning lessons throughout.
Maybe you can share with us some of the learning lessons.
Definitely, right? But I think it's firstly we've all been working for quite some time initially, and I think innately that with some of these institutions there are a lot of governance and controls which say, hey, yes, you can do a certain amount of deals in this manner, or develop and build your tech product in a certain direction. I think we came together because and why we clicked is we all had a similar vision, right? And in mind is we wanted to build something, right? And we didn't want to be restricted in a sense by some of the existing governance structures. But that's to say not to say that it's bad, right? A lot of the structures that you have at the bank, at tech companies, they're there to protect the company itself. But yeah, so I think that's the first thing is we came together to look at it from the point of view of we wanted to build something, and then we found a very good direction, right? And we did bet on the right direction with our strategic direction for the company, and which is why it's playing out today, right? Today we are probably about the top 5 perpetuals decentralized exchange in the world. There's been a steady and growing user base for us as well.
But it must have been hard, right? Coming from big companies to
I think coming from
what are some of the things that you all have to adapt to or adjust to?
Well, I have to say, firstly, you have to adjust to there's no resource, so everything you have to do yourself.
Yeah. I see a lot of people like from MNC, then when they go and work in a startup or suddenly they are not used to the lack of the structure, the lack of direction or whatever. I mean, it's a lack of resources as well. They're not used to it. So I think for anyone who is thinking of coming out of their companies, their huge multinational companies to come out to start their own thing, what will you say to these people? I mean, since you have been there, it must have been quite painful. I can imagine.
Well, I wouldn't say it's painful. I would say it's a lot of learning lessons throughout, a lot of growth. But I think the fact is, you know that you're leaving something that has an existing structure and going to something that's nothing, right? So everything that you do there, you build for yourself. You do. I think firstly is either you look at hiring a very strong team. Your first few employees will be very, very exponential in your efforts to go towards a certain direction. So looking at hiring and investing in an operational and human resource kind of structure is probably one of the most key. And also one of the biggest struggles, right? Because you actually really need to look at and identify key talent whenever they come through.
So how do you hire this key talent? Because usually when you start out, you have no branding.
A lot of it actually
you're not
comes from
Goldman.
friends. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Right?
I see.
So
okay.
you have initial friends that also were thinking about going down the same direction, or and if they do believe in you, they will come and join you, right?
Okay.
But if not, then also your friends of friends, right? That will, you say your network and the type of person you are attracts. Like if let's say you want to be an entrepreneur, typically you might be able to attract other entrepreneurs to come and join you as well. I guess there's a lot to discuss here, but I think your original question was basically, what's the hardest part? And then, right? Yeah, I would say if anything, you should take everything one step at a time. Maybe that's how I answered the question, right? Because if you look at it from, what do I have to do? The amount that you have to do is endless, right? Like
can be quite overwhelming.
It's overwhelming because if you just keep on doing it, you won't sleep, right? And you won't rest. So the first one is make sure that you get the right resource and the right amount of help to come in to help you. Second one is also to look at it from the point of view of, you do a lot of things you do have to oversee and to make sure that you have that time to have that oversight or do it yourself. And as you grow through different stages of the company, be it from just the initial 3 founders to making our first few hires, to make sure that you invest in the right talent pool and making sure that you choose the right people.
How do you spot these people? Do you have like a criteria, your secret criteria for hiring great people?
No, I think there really is not much of that. A lot of it comes from a little bit of intuition, firstly. The second one comes from making sure that the fit is right? It's not just, I'm just looking for you. Are you also looking for me, right? Because if you're both working together, then you tend to go a much further, a much longer way.
I see. Yeah. So even at this stage where you're building GRVT with the relatively young team, not say you're quite experienced already, but I would also say that the crypto space is still quite young and still developing as well. So what's your view on this current state of crypto? Like right now, things seems, I think in general, if you ask me, I think more people are open to the idea of crypto, but yet it still has this little bit of advanced tech, scamish feeling to it. People are not mass adopting it still, I think. So yeah, what do you think it is, and what do you think how we can push it forward as a builder in this space as well?
Without a doubt, there have been a lot of things that have happened over the past few years. For us, us like the founders of GRVT, we actually first came and decided to look at building a product and a project within the crypto space. Firstly, because the technology itself is really good. And why do I say so, right? It's very rare for you to be able to stumble upon a technology where the barrier of entry is literally zero, right? Anybody can come on and just create their own cryptographic key and be able to start participating within this worldwide payments network. Very, very different from like, hey, if I need to go to a bank to pay somebody else, right? Or I only have Singapore dollar today, I need to pay somebody USD. What's the whole process going to look like for you, right? From end to end, depositing, going to get the bank account set up, doing the FX swap from SGD into USD, doing the payments from USD from your local bank through telegraphic transfer or Swift payment network across, and then what's the amount of fees that you might end up paying, right? I think the other day I just made USD payment, but I ended up paying $34 in fees, right? Where the payment was $200, right? So I paid almost like 15%. for just transferring the money. Whereas for crypto itself, you can come in, you create your wallet, you fund your wallet, be it with your credit card or your debit card, and then you immediately make the transfer, right? So if I were to do like for like, I probably would have saved
Lots.
80% of my fees, or even 90% of my fees just by going down that route. But so this is just the initial point, which is the ease of onboarding, right? For all users. I think so that's number one, right? Number two is today we've been pushing the forefront with our technology developments of financial technology and financial trading. I think it's very rare that you'll be able to find one venue in the world where you're able to trade crypto 24/7, equities basically 24/7, and then commodities 24/7, and eventually FX 24/7. Right? That's where you are able to a platform such as ourselves, we can offer that. So that's, I think, part of the reasons why we looked at building something within crypto. Right? It really pushes the boundaries of technology, and the ease of onboarding and usage is also very, very strong. But that's also, one thing that we also invested coming from traditional businesses, right? From traditional banks, technology companies, is we invested a lot in compliance, right? We were in fact the first decentralized exchange in the world that had derivative exchange license. And we still have a lot of that functionality that we still have, right? Which is the ability to do transaction monitoring, the ability to make sure that you're not dealing or interacting with other sanctioned parties, right? So we run through like the OFAC sanction list, the country level sanction list. So make sure that our users are interacting and interfacing with their counterparties that are also vetted.
I see.
Right, so those are one of the few things to share.
So the thing is that, I mean, like what you mentioned, and we both use it as well. We know that there's many use cases for crypto, right? The low fees, the speed of transfer, the lack of need of changing, currencies here and there. But to many people, they are still very skeptical about it. So to us, it's inevitable, right? But to them, they're like, this is a fad. It's going to go to zero anytime soon. So what will you say to these people?
I mean, I won't really comment too much about price, right? Or like the investment opportunity. I think everybody, there's a lot of action going on.
Yeah,
right?
But as in the technology itself, like this crypto, we see it as the future of finance, right?
Yeah.
But some people don't think that it will survive beyond, I don't know, the next few years or so. Have you had friends or families that you try to convince them or like explain to them like, hey, you can save so much money just by transferring it through?
I mean, I think the practical use case is there, right?
Yes.
It's just, are you going to actively pick it up? Because most of the days and most of the time, actually, you do a lot of local payments, right? And your local payment rails tend to be able to facilitate and to facilitate a lot of that. But if you think about it a little bit deeper, which most of the time people might not be able to see, is a lot of what we utilize on our day-to-day basis is many of the elements of cryptographic payments have already been implemented and embedded within it, right? For example, when you utilize your SingPass, you're using the same concept of asymmetric keys, right? So you have your private key and your public key available, and that's stored within a registration authority and a certificate authority. So that whole infrastructure behind you using your SingPass or scanning the SingPass QR code and potentially even retrieving your MyInfo, sending it to the bank to onboard to a new bank account or to a new credit card, that whole process is already encrypted, is made possible because of the boundaries of where cryptography has brought us, even through Bitcoin and a lot of those cryptographic progression today is being used within our
so it's just using
technology.
the same technology in finance space in another different space.
Right. So, but the thing here is the aspect of the ease of onboarding, right?
Yeah.
Your ability to just come in, create the wallet, and then start trading or start moving money around is still very, very valuable. Right?
I see. I think most people don't see the technology. They see the asset, the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and they get skeptical about it. But actually, like what you say, day to day, the technology has already been used already.
But the thing here is also the reason why Bitcoin is valuable is because every time that you use that payment technology itself, the Bitcoin is the means for consumption, right? You will pay a certain amount of big fees in Bitcoin to be able to make that transfer occur.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit going back to the part of business building and also, what are in the crypto space, what would you hope to see in the next few years? I mean, you're an active builder in this space as well. We are also hoping to get more people onboarded into crypto space as well. We educate them, but what do you hope to see in the next few years in this crypto space?
Yeah, so for us, I guess two ways to answer that question, right? The first one would be we're definitely going to see a lot more users, right? The second point is we're going to see more products. In users in the sense of every day that I guess in most recent times, AI has really taken quite a big step and a leap. We're seeing a lot more progression with AI being able to come on to do agentic trading, right? So I think the concept of a trader and an investor is going to change quite drastically going forward. The main reason being is that now every individual, they're going to be able to sit here and be like, hey, I'm just going to be like a fund manager. My ability to hire a number of analysts or to run assets would be based on the amount of wealth that I have. And because of what AI has been able to progress is I believe we're going to see the next billion users come in as agentic AI agents, right? So for us at Gravity, we are one of the few venues where users can come in and plug in their AI agents directly into the exchange itself. And then for them to create their own market making algorithms, their own trading strategies, be it they might want to do more delta neutral trading strategies, market making, mean reversion kind of strategies, stat arb kind of strategies. It's all going to be made available. So that was a bit my first answer, which is there will be more users, and I think it will come in the form of AI because of the ease of onboarding with a cryptographic wallet and key. And then the second portion is like what I actually mentioned previously a little bit earlier on already is the aspect of products, right? So we already have almost all crypto products available at trading on Gravity today. We have equity products, we have commodity products, and then we will be having FX products coming on board. And the next direction that we'll have also in addition to that is the aspect of prediction markets, right?
Wow.
So you're able the ability to trade almost anything that you want, and you also have the ability to bring on as many users as possible. And this is why we believe that a product like ourselves will be around for foreseeable future because we build an infrastructure around allowing users to connect to us seamlessly, and then the infrastructure and the product suite of allowing users to come in to trade anything and everything that they would like. And that creates a very big opportunity, right? Within the market.
I see. As you talk about getting more users and all right, getting more users, getting more products. I mean, if we are talking about the perp dex space, right, we cannot avoid talking about one of the biggest competitors in this space, which is Hyperliquid, right? So for those who are crypto natives, there quite a number of people, my friends, my colleagues, my teammates that I know, they are also using Hyperliquid. So what makes Gravity different, or how does Gravity intends to stand out from the competition and from the people around?
Yeah, no, I think for us, one of our main, value propositions, which was designed in the very initial stage, is the aspect of security and privacy. Right? We are, I believe, one of the only perp dex in the market that has a full privacy feature enabled to it. What does this mean, right? In a centralized exchange, typically you look at it as a black box kind of model, right? Users can deposit their funds into the exchange, but it goes into an omnibus or master ledger. Right, a master account for the exchange itself. And then whenever you trade, the exchange won't let you know what are the open positions within the market. Whereas for a decentralized exchange, most of the time, whenever you submit orders, it goes into an open pool. So everybody can see who has open positions in the market or not. For us at Gravity, we function a little bit more towards how a centralized exchange functions, be it because we protect using ZK technology, as well as some of the privacy elements, to make sure that whenever users deposit their funds within Gravity itself and they trade, their positions aren't open for the rest of the world to see. So this protects the users in two ways. Firstly, their cryptographic key still proves that the asset that they have within Gravity is theirs. And then second is whenever they trade, nobody can see what are their liquidation prices, what type of positions that they hold. And this is very important to quite a number of people, right? Because I think back in, I guess, the past few months, one of the, I guess, Hyperliquid's largest trader, James Wynn, right? He goes out and say, hey, I have a 100 mil, 200 mil long position at this price. And then there are users that will come in and try to hunt his position so that it gets liquidated into the market. And when he liquidates his position in the market, it forces price action, which is not typical within the market itself. So it allows users to benefit of that non-typical nature of or that large release of funds back into the market.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I want to take this chance to go back to yourself as well. When I think you have found success, right, while coming out from DBS and going to the crypto space, building something meaningful there. So, what kind of advice do you have for people to how can they find success, or as they navigate this transition between industries or jobs or careers?
Yeah, no, I think for success or just in like a general pursuit of like your career progression, typically what I would say is there are three things that you typically would look out for, right? The first one would be maybe I guess the most important one if you're in your early stage career is mentorship, right? Do you have a good mentor that will be able to give you the right tools and give you the right advice to steer you in the right direction? The second one would be the right opportunities, right? Do you have the opportunity that you are firstly either interested in? I think that's where a lot of alignment will come through. And also the opportunity to have a lot of progression. And then the third point will actually be the aspect of money, right? Typically, if you hit all these three in your early stage career, your career development and path would be quite positive generally. But most of the time, not all of us have the opportunity to get all of these three, right? So you either choose to settle for two of the three or one of the three. I mean, it's again rare to even just find one, but those are the things for you to look out for, right? If you have a right opportunity, you often will have the right lessons that you'll be placed, and then you can learn a little bit more about yourself, about company building, about your own personal developments. But if you have a right mentor, they will be able to tell this to you, right? Then you don't have to go through a lot of the pain yourself. But some people they like to learn on themselves. And then the aspect that makes it all better is if you get paid well.
Yeah, of course.
Right, then it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because quite a number of guests who came onto this podcast also did talk about the idea of mentorship. Do you had a good mentor at the beginning of your career that like how did he or she helped you? Like have you experienced a great mentor before?
I have to say I've definitely had a lot of good bosses and mentors in my life. I put in mentorship as one of my criteria. I think a lot of it comes from just making sure you have it's not just mentors, right? Or it doesn't need to be classified as a mentor. It can be a good friend. It can be a good teacher. It can be a good relationships that
Can you describe
develop.
what is a good mentor? So I mean, because they hear a good mentor, but a good mentor means different thing, or a good boss means different thing to different people. So what do you mean by a good mentor?
I think firstly, have gone through some experiences in their lives and also will be able to help you take a step back in the position that you're in and visualize. They might be able to visualize for you, hey, this is what's happening within your current sphere of life, and then what is it that you might want to change. But mentors come in all shapes and sizes, right? So you might have a mentor that is more intellectual, right? So how do you want to develop your own intellectual capabilities or your own strategic capabilities for yourself. Or you might want to have a mentor that's a little bit more focused on operational execution, right? So if your day-to-day task or your job is on, more operational tasks, what are the tips and tricks that you can do? There really isn't a right answer to it, which is why I've given out quite a number of examples over here.
I see.
But I think it's mainly, somebody that is worth, that will invest some time into you and is very, cheering you on for your success in many ways. So that's probably one of the best signs of it. Obviously, there are a lot of people that will cheer, but to also pair it with, the aspect of
Guidance and giving you the feedback.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a specific example, for example, that you might want to talk about, happy to go down. But I don't think I have any
off the top. No worries. I mean, that's great. I like the idea that you talk about that trinity, right? If someone can get the three things, that would be great. But even if not, two out of the three things will make for a wonderful career already, I would say. Yeah. So maybe maybe you can share with us what's next for GRVT? What do you think? What our audience and our listeners can expect to look forward to in GRVT?
Yeah, so I think for us, we've designed ourselves to become an exchange that pays you, right? What does this mean, right? Is we focus a lot on giving a lot of the yield and rewards back to our users. So we do this in actually 4 ways. The first way is by giving any user that comes on to GRVT and they refer their friend, they will receive about 10% profit split.
Okay.
For the amount of fees generated by their friend who uses the platform. The second one would be the fact that we pay a lot of our users actually to trade. And this comes in the means of our trading fee rebates, right? So for any users that puts in a maker trade or what we call a resting limit order, we pay them negative maker rebates, of which giving a retail user the same amount of rebate that an institutional user might come in to actually take for making markets on the exchange itself. The third portion is the aspect of our GRVT liquidity provider vault, right? We give users the ability to fund the liquidity pool and the liquidity base for trading for our market maker engine and algo that we're running on the exchange. And then lastly is the aspect of our earn on equity program, right? Any user that deposits equity onto the exchange, they can earn up to 11%.
Wow.
By having their funds on the platform and also utilizing the platform itself.
I'm hearing that GRVT is paying the users, letting the users earn a lot of things. Sounds like, wow, it's a very profitable. Like if I'm a user, I want to get my stuff onto GRVT so that I can take part in this this earning and getting paid by GRVT.
Yeah, no, I think that's the reason why we've actually built the exchange is we want to create, and then yes, it is an exchange itself, but we also want to be able to utilize we want our users to utilize our platform for their wealth generation and wealth creation for the future, right?
I see.
Which is why we've gone down the route of this earn on equity program. And then we're also building a lot of banking rails and connectivity for our users as a whole end-to-end product suite. We have been building a lot of the functionalities and the bridging flows for fiat transfers into the exchange itself. And then also we're also building a lot of the credit cards payments. So it will be users can deposit their funds onto GRVT or let's say even their salary. They can earn up to 11% and then they can use the credit cards to spend.
Wow, nice.
Of which then it becomes a very holistic platform where users can go and this is an end-to-end kind of servicing for the user. But I just now also mentioned we have also we're building towards prediction markets. We're also building towards a lot of the other listings of more equity pairs on the exchange for users to come into trade, commodity pairs for users to come into trade. So that's a little bit of the direction that we have shared in terms of our product roadmap. But what's coming up next actually is the aspect of our token generation event, right? Okay. We've been live as an exchange for about a year, coming up to a year and a half now. And the points program has been running for quite some time. So we do expect to launch our token sometime soon as well.
I see. Yeah. So you all can get look forward to it. All right. So maybe I think when we talk about perpdexes, decentralized exchange, for some people, I mean, they haven't even get started on crypto yet, so that might be a little bit a step too far for them. But if you were to tell someone who, let's say your friend, your family members who have no idea on what's crypto and they want to get started, what are one or two things you ask them to look out for, or things that how will you point them in that direction?
The first thing to ask actually is to understand what's your risk appetite. As a user, what are you actually looking for? Are you looking to try? If you're looking to try, then and you're willing to risk, you use $10, $100 initially to looking at a product like us would be quite a good way to start, because I think firstly we have a lot of security controls that we have already built into place. We've also a lot of privacy controls that we have also built into place, and we also have a lot of products for you to come in to try. So I would say firstly understanding what's your risk appetite, and then the second one would be if you're willing to learn, right? Which most of the time because it's something also very new, you will have to invest that time and effort to, or you can go to Crypto Night Academy and then
education, yes,
and then
is
take some
important.
education
Yes.
from them as well. Yeah,
from us, from anyone, I do think yes, education is important especially at getting started. But anything else? So risk appetite, I think they must be very aware of their risk appetite you mentioned. Seek out education, especially in this very new space.
I mean, the reason why I talk about risk appetite first is to understand that you can lose and then you can also gain, right? And then the aspect of education is the fact that you are learning throughout this entire journey. I would say it's basically those two
should cover most of it.
Should cover most of it.
Nice.
Don't do anything that you're uncomfortable, I would say. Just be skeptical in a lot of things that you do, right?
Be safe. Don't get scared.
Take everything with a grain of salt. Make sure you check, do a couple double checks here and there, and then Nice. So maybe I think on a more personal note, right? I think the crypto space is quite volatile, right? Prices, markets goes up and down, and I think I can imagine that being a startup or building a perpdex exchange can be quite crazy and difficult at times. So, what keeps you sane? Like, how do you manage all of this so that you can continue to give your best or sustain yourself without burning out? Is there anything you do to keep yourself going on? On the work side, like I did mention having a good team, right? So we do have a very strong team that we have built around us. So we do is having them around allows me to think a little bit more on the strategic side and to make sure that the operations run smooth, because we have a lot of trust that they are around. So I think that's number one. Number two is, we have a very good group of co-founders as well. So if there's anything that we need to discuss or to brainstorm on, product direction, strategic thinking, then we'll rely on each other and use that as a foundational framework. And then the third one is, sometimes you do need to go out and do some exercise, play some tennis or, go for a run. So those are some of the things that I do.
I heard you go skiing, right?
I do enjoy skiing. But it's something that I've done since I guess I picked it up in college. And then I go skiing from time to time. But that's unfortunately only December, Jan. So it's only two months out of 12. So but yeah.
So you keep yourself sane by what you mentioned, a good team, having a good team, a good co-founders, and great hobbies.
I would say these three definitely helps to, I guess has definitely helped us a lot. It helps me a lot. Yeah,
I see. All right, thank you very much, Matthew, for sharing with us all these exciting details about Gravity. For all the audience out there, if there's anything that you're interested in or what, you can let us know in the comments below. And if there's anyone that you would like us to bring on board for the next episode, let us know as well in the comments below. And also, Matthew, if anyone wants to find out more about Gravity or where can they find out from?
Yeah, so I think you can find us on our Twitter. So we are GRVT _IO. Or you can come to our website at grvt.io. And we'll publish most of our updates on those two channels.
All right, fantastic. So we'll also put this around in the show notes so you can keep a lookout for that. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Cheers.